And I guess I've been dreaming, 'cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming, 'cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming, 'cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming, 'cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
Ooh. And we in there. Peace and love to all the guys and goddesses and the high vibrating species on the planet. What it is, what it do, good people. What's busting out there? Huh? What we doing? Lady in the city. Smoked out, smoked out. Stop playing. How we living though, man? For real. What's up, what's up, what's up, man? Welcome back to the channels. Welcome back to the channels. Okay, mates. Salute. Peace to you. Peace to you. Have a seat. Have a seat. Come on in. Come on in. We have another letter. We have another letter. I believe it's the last one. Not sure. It's all I saw when I was going on my thing. There may be more, but until then, we're on the last letter. The Z. Z is for Ziggurat. Excuse me. SCP-7980. 7980. And I've heard of a Ziggurat. Not too much. So I'm not gonna even give a dissertation about this one. We just gonna see what she do, okay? Yeah, Ziggurat. Okay, well, academics, I hope you have what you need, because I do. And without further ado, let's get to what it is that we do, shall we? Shouldn't take too long. So long as they don't throw us any curveballs. Let's see who lying today. Okay, for one. How about that? Let's see who lying today and what they lying's about.
SCP-7980. Z is for Ziggurat. The concept in horror and science fiction of modern-day humans uncovering a structure from the ancient past, bewildered as to its nature and origins, has been around in fiction for decades, in everything from Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness to Alien vs. Predator. As a society, we like to believe that we have a firm grasp on our species' history and development, with historians and archaeologists able to clearly chart out most of our history, up to a certain point. The truth is, though, that we don't know everything, and there very well could be hidden things from eons past lurking in dark corners of the world, waiting to be dug up. This concept, of course, is quite popular.
Dug up hell. Listen, now that's very well the main reason why this very planet right here is acting the way that she's acting now, because of too much digging and not enough returning. Y'all are taking things and you're not returning them. And then on top of that, the real, besides that one point, because that's major, because that's actually the planet that you live on, right? The one you're trying to claim or take, right? If you destroy it, you have nowhere to go. You don't have anything else. Remember that, okay? And that's why she's acting the way that she's acting now. You feel me? You're too much take. Too much take. Not enough give back. Too much take, not enough give back. But when it's coming. It's coming. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Because she's not playing. She ain't playing. Y'all see what she doing. Y'all see what she doing. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta say too much, but it's because of this digging. And then the information, the stuff that the second thing about that, that's bad about it, that's the worst part about it, on another scale, is the fact that all the information that you find You wash it. You wash it. You step on it. You do all types of stuff to it before you introduce it. Basically, you put your face on it, knowing damn well your face wasn't there. Knowing damn well who was here. And you weren't. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all need to stop that. Stop that. Just get your own. Get your own. Build your own legacy somehow, some way. You feel me? It's going to be okay. But stop taking the ancient teachings and whitewashing it, bleaching it, and whatever else y'all do to it. Stop that shit, man. Let's get the real. Let's get the truth. It's time for the truth, man. So let's get the truth. Let's get the real. I mean, I think everybody will be at ease after the real comes out. After a while. You know what I'm saying? Once you get the tears out, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be okay. Let's proceed.
In the SCP universe. And so, with SCP-7980, we're given another such example of something perhaps best left in the dark. The containment procedures for 7980 are pretty lengthy, mentioning that no staff are to remain within it for longer than 24 hours. Any anomalous broadcasts or communication anomalies determined to be outside standard cycles are to trigger an immediate 12-hour lockdown. And a security perimeter of no less than 5 miles is to be maintained around the 7980 containment site. Anyone approaching within 5 miles is to be monitored. Anyone within 3 miles are to be intercepted and redirected, or incarcerated if resisting. And anyone within 1 mile is to be terminated. No female is allowed into the inner sections of 7980 for a period of longer than an hour, and only with a minimum of 6 security personnel present at all times. Any female staff exhibiting symptoms of infestation are to be terminated, and any functional tissues, organisms, or structures growing from, entering, exiting, or otherwise interacting with infested staff, living or dead, are to be immediately terminated. Any male staff exhibiting erratic and or aggressive behavior are to be removed and quarantined, and any that are exhibiting physical infestation are to be terminated. A whole lot of termination going on. So with all that said, let's check out the anomaly.
Let's do it.
SCP-7980 is a structure outwardly appearing to be a ziggurat, the style of which directly matches no known civilization, but has similarities to very early Mesopotamian works. While the upper internal structures appear to be related to religious ceremony, the bulk of the facility is a network of mechanical and organic structures.
Class, now we should know by now. But if you're new, welcome to the Academy. Here we use ICT. We don't let the fast ones get by us. We don't let the slow ones get by us either. When they try to go over, we go under, and we come back up with the understanding. That's that bullshit. That's what we call double speaking. Double speaking. Fork tongue. Fork tongue. Not necessarily mean a snake. Fork tongue meaning one thing means another. You tell us that it's no known civilization, then you turn around and say it resembles Mesopotamia. Come on now. Mesoamerica. So we got Mayan, we got Aztec, we got Egyptian, or should I say not Egyptian? My apologies. Ancient Kemet. We have Kemet. Yeah, which is where everything come from too. Kemet. Yeah. All that, yeah, all of it. It's gonna trace back to Kemet. The bull is gonna trace back to the old, what's the name, old fish hat, the fish hat dude over there in the valley. You know what I'm talking about? That's where all the nonsense go, over there. But this road over here, you know what I'm saying, it leads to the business. Anyway, let's proceed.
These structures extend for a significant distance, with over 32 kilometers of area so far mapped, but due to the variable and at times hostile nature of some sections, consistent data is difficult to collect or estimate. Dating of the facility is similarly difficult, but the outer sections have been tentatively dated at between 10,000 and 8,000 BC. Internal and lower areas vary wildly from this, particularly the organic sections, and it's theorized that 7980 has undergone various periods of discovery, habitation, and disuse over the centuries. The Ziggurat is currently located in an underground cave, accessible from a secondary, smaller cave system, with the lower sections extending in a roughly spherical network below. Geological data from the area indicates that it may have at one point been located on the surface, but seismic events and shifting climate patterns may have partially buried it. There is additional evidence indicating that it may have been excavated and reburied several times. Local information reveals that the whole area is considered to be cursed, and a resting place of various monsters and demons. Probing for information about the site was met with resistance, and at times hostility. However, there is no indication beyond rumor and local legend that these populations have any knowledge of the Ziggurat or its purpose. The lower sections of the Ziggurat appear to be some form of partially mechanical, partially organic facility, showing remarkably advanced construction and detail for the presumed age. Some areas appear to have been devoted to rituals or various rites, while others are purely functional and industrial. Many of these areas are still active, though many of their purposes are as of yet unknown. This is further complicated due to the encroachment of materials into one another, with organics and mechanics appearing to grow, damage, and convert the other constantly. The facilities seem to mimic various biological and industrial systems, such as circulatory, respiratory, digestive, and reproductive systems, as well as heating, cooling, forging, assembly, and numerous others. Many of these systems also appear to have varying levels of damage or disruption, with attempts to repair them being met with very limited success. It is also unclear how materials and energy fuel these systems, though aspects of hydraulics, kinetic force, electricity, and temperature cycling have been noted. The Ziggurat is generally passive, especially in the upper levels, provided that subjects intruding in it do not directly interact with it, and are male. Females, and anyone interacting with the Ziggurat systems, begin to trigger increasingly hostile reactions, and in extreme cases can lead to construct formation. The Ziggurat does not appear to be possessed of will or thought, despite various neurological and processing structures found, and has not yet communicated in any way. Data recovered from various locations, however, indicates that it may be, or may have been at one point, capable of communication, though the means are still unknown. Reactions follow a pattern not
Class, have we seen this before? CTO. Y'all. It's look like something from the Lord of the Rings or something. One of them type joints. Like them running across this jump. This probably broke. They had to do the jump thing. You know what I'm saying? It's always the epic jump, right? You know what I'm saying? They break right there, the epic jump, right? But it look familiar. It just look a little bit more familiar than it should, right?
Not unlike an immune response, with more rapid and more aggressive reactions occurring in more sensitive and deeper sections. Though much of the Ziggurat and its purpose remains unclear, it appears one of its major functions is the creation and assembly of various forms of life. These take on an apparently limitless number of forms, with some identical to currently documented forms of life, such as dogs, cattle, bats, snakes, rats, fish, and others. Some may superficially appear to be common life forms, but are made wholly or entirely of non-organic parts, or with random and seemingly nonsensical arrangement of internal, and external organics, or various combinations. Some bear no documented analogs and appear to function outside of known laws and functions of both biology and physics. These constructs are invariably hostile, sometimes even attacking one another, and do not communicate in any meaningful fashion. Typically, constructs will violently attack intruders, then recover the bodies, living or dead, to transport to the deepest areas of the Ziggurat. The constructs are routinely broken down, reabsorbed, and repurposed by the Ziggurat when not actively defending itself. It will often attempt to capture intruders, at which point they will typically be integrated into the overall structure of the Ziggurat, or altered by mechanical or biological means into constructs. This behavior is most commonly exhibited with captured male subjects, or those involved in intrusion events while within the structure. Female subjects, on the other hand, are almost invariably drawn to the core sections and integrated, acting as assembly and birthing mediums for various constructs and systems until physical degradation.
I figured that.
This typically lasts for a period of several months, and sometimes for up to 5 years, although there have been documented cases lasting decades. Expended female...
Especially when you got these right here, these elephants. So it's definitely feminine energy, protection, mother. Strength. Yeah, definitely feminine energy. Yeah. I'm thinking like divine feminine energy.
Female subjects are then processed by the Ziggurat, the remains of which are drawn into as yet undocumented sections of the core area. It's noted that purely mechanical systems, such as observation robots and monitoring systems, are treated the same way as female subjects by the Ziggurat. The deepest sections of the structure are known as the core, or womb area. This is its most active area, with the majority of the rest of the facility appearing to be devoted to its function. The most...
Hey, I ain't trying to be funny in them. Now, it's either... I don't know if they in that place and that's what they're showing us pictures of. But if not, one thing I'm like, where in the fuck are they at? For two, look how big these junks is. Look how big they. So we already know we're stepping on that. Yada yada yada.
Most apparently important area of this section are two massive globular structures of both organic and mechanical material, one showing significant physical damage. Due to the extreme hostile response of the Ziggurat to any intruders in this area, testing and data is limited, but it's theorized that these objects act as gestational and/or assembly structures. It's unclear what they're intended to produce, and the damaged unit appears to have failed, or already released whatever it was contained within. This is an ongoing area of concern, as the unit is capable of holding several megatons worth of overall mass, and the second undamaged unit appears to still be functional. Attempts to determine the composition or nature of what it holds have been met with the most extreme and hostile reactions of the Ziggurat, but a form of pulse and oscillating electrical charge have been briefly documented. Attempts to determine what, if anything, emerged from the second structure have been expunged from the record. Information control in regards to the Ziggurat is considered to be of paramount importance, and although its isolated nature limits most casual observation and contact, any information leaks are to be treated as immediate high priority. In addition, info leaks found to be connected to groups of interest, most importantly Group of Interest 01 and 07, are to be treated as the highest priority, with full contact liquidation at all levels if necessary.
Why is that?
The article doesn't state which groups of interest those two are, although traditionally they would be the Chicago Spirit and the GOC respectively, but I don't think that's the case here. Finally, we're provided a transcription of a tablet from the Ziggurat, written in an undocumented, early form of what is presumed to be Sumerian, but also showing elements of extremely early Minoan and archaic Chinese script. The translation is still ongoing, so this is just their best estimate at the moment. The material of the tablet appears to be a black, dull metal of unknown composition, with no evidence of tool marks anywhere on the surface. Glyphs appear to have been etched into the surface over a prolonged period, and testing has determined them to have been rusted into the surface over a period of several hundred years, utilizing human blood. The translation reads, "Long and far from here, before the beginning, the builder of the father of old gods, the womb forge of the unstruck spark, life was made. Soft and hard, wet and dry, it was made in the way of clay and stone. It pleased the beginner of beginnings for a time. In the way of woman and man, of sun and moon, anger bled and rusted into the world. Soon great eyes and thunder rolled, and hate ate the world. Seas of blood and death, skies of smoke and poison, death bloomed and swallowed all. Stillness ruled all the land, and sky and water, yet life endured."
That's this very time right now. So that place spoke of these times. Who wanna argue? Who wanna argue? You can go outside and see your smoke. You can go outside and you can see it. Anybody denying, it's because they're in denial. And it's okay. It's coming to an end. It's about over. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, just a couple more things. And you shall see. But this is technology before. And see, that's the part that just tearing me up, because like I said, that the whole whitewashing bit, when that happens, everybody goes to Greek and you stop there. Like, huh? Seriously? Really? Okay. So this isn't Greek at all. And it's well before it. And look at the technology. Look how big it is. It's massive. And it's organic and mechanical. And it's doing all kinds of bits. It's pulling energy of all sorts, of all kinds, different kinds of energies. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is definitely highly advanced. Definitely. And the feminine energy makes sense why it they don't want females in there, because it can get bad. And I got a feeling, but we're gonna wait.
"We speak to you now, the children that will be far and away. Know there is no truth, and the gods lie. All that is, was, or will ever be, is but maggots upon the dead god." So, we have some sort of biomechanical structure whose ultimate purpose seems to be the creation of something, possibly creatures incorporating both organic and non-organic parts, and it's implied that it already gave birth to some of these at some point in the past. The tablet implies that at some point long, long ago, the world was practically destroyed, but life managed to endure. Is humanity somehow a remnant of this time and this process? Will this Ziggurat one day produce a new species to retake the world? We're left with only questions, but contrary to a common trend of the last few years, I don't believe this article has anything to do with the Church of the Broken God and Sarkicism, as generally the article's tags would bring mention to that fact. By the author's own admission, the article is a mishmash of different concepts, starting with the concepts of zygotes and ziggurats, combining lost cultures, worldwide cataclysms, body horror, and techno-organic environments. It's just a really weird location that has been buried plenty of times in the past, and probably should just be buried again.
Because y'all don't know what you're dealing with. Or you found out what you're dealing with, and you know it's a no-go for you. I'm trying to tell you, it's a no-go for you. And that's what y'all get, always messing with stuff. And then you find something like that, and it's like, oh yeah, let's leave that alone. Too late, buddy. Too late. And put it like this: when you find a structure like that, and it's still up, and it's still busting, pretty much, somebody's coming back. They gonna come back. Whoever those people may be, or those gods may be, they're gonna come back and revisit the place, and you better not be there, because you're gonna become a part of the place. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, but, and then try to mess it all the way up, throw it off toward the end. I mean, it's just the concept, but man, we ain't trying to hear that, boy. We just not trying to hear that. Concepts. It is what it is, and we gonna leave it like that. See, we ain't got time for y'all to be washing and stepping on stuff, man. That's why I'm here. You feel me? So we're not gonna do this. We're just not gonna do it. It's too many newly discovered pyramids and ziggurats and all types of things all over America still being discovered to this day. You're gonna be surprised when you find out what the place really is. You feel me? And why such items with certain glyphs on it resemble certain places, like Kemet, and why the significance of the Grand Canyon. Now ain't that interesting? Very interesting. Yeah, interesting indeed. You know what I mean? But Academates, I hope you got something out of there. I hope you enjoyed the video. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I did. The fact that they found something that's really, really huge, that goes back to the time of the Aztecs and Mesopotamian, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's like Quetzalcoatl, you know what I'm saying? Quetzalcoatl and all of them around that time, you feel me? Over here on this side, when the place had did the split. So, which makes a lot of sense how, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff is over here. Because the place at one point, the land was together and it split. Remember that? Don't forget that. You have to take into account of that. So it would make sense that this place could be very well something that they say that it's not. I think it is. It's too much evidence showing it. And then when you find structures like this, and then it's underground. I mean, of course, at one point, I don't believe that it was underground at all. I believe that it was on high ground. And even if it was below, you know what I'm saying, certain they say the smarter, the more intelligent species of the planet actually live inside the planet and not above the planet. So it would make sense for a structure like that to be underground as well. I do not rule that out. It's massive. That thing is massive, though. Like, literally, you could get lost. First couple turns, it's over. And then it's you already know it's structured for the gods, man. Look how big it is. I mean, look at the stairs. Look how big it is. Even if the little man was walking through, don't matter. It's still big enough for some 50, 60, 70s, maybe even 100 feet to walk through with ease. in certain parts of that place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, those stairs, I mean, that the person hitting those stairs, I mean, that's at least 50. I mean, the person walking on those big enough to step on you completely, like bugs, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, just hey y'all, do yourself a favor, you know what I'm saying? Do some research, you know what I'm saying? Get that dibs in it, get that dibs in. You know, we don't condone anything over here. We go through perspectives, you know what I mean? So that's, like I say, if you're new, that's what we do, you know what I mean? It's perspectives. It's different perspectives, and we take into account that some things could be here and actually be here as well, and this is what they do. You know what I'm talking about? So, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, when we see it, we gonna call it for what it is. We ain't gonna do all the extra. We just gonna call it for what it is. If we see it, we catch it, we gonna call it. I think that's fair enough. We catch it, we call it. But until then, y'all keep that head on the swivel. Do not forget to keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, especially emotionally protected. You know what I mean? Do not let this world drive you crazy. Remember, it is a war for your mind. Open your mind. It's a war for that thing. For real, for real. Everything ain't what it seems. Looks can definitely be deceiving. Words can definitely be spelled differently. You know what I'm talking about? And worded differently. And worked. So yeah, do some due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Read. Let's read some books out there. You feel me? And get into some good old research and some good old horizon broadening, because it's very well needed in these times, and then especially these up and coming times. It's gonna get rough. You feel me? So just be prepared, and yeah, man, stay up, continue to vibe high, stay in the green. You know what I mean? Or higher. You know, I tend to do the UV. Me and the UV, we get along just fine. I mean, of course, I got a green light up there too, but it's more lit with the UV lights. But the green light stay lit above me at all times. I keep the green light on. You know what I'm saying? So, heart chakra, divine energy. We got it. We cool. Everybody good. If they want you, I'm telling you, if they want to pull you down, tell them to come up. If it's important, they got to come up and get you. They got to come up and get you. Because sometimes it just ain't worth it. It just ain't worth it to go down. You know what I'm saying? This thought just ran across my mind, just like, man, it just ain't worth it. It just ain't worth it. But watch out for the forked tongue, the double speaking. They'll throw a fast one real quick, like, you know what I mean? They'll tell you something, then they'll pull back on it real quick, or they'll deny something and then turn right around and tell you something. You feel me? It's the flip of the coin. So y'all CT, keep it on. The oil, keep it with you. You know what I mean? Y'all be easy out there. Peace and love to all the guys and goddesses and all the high vibrating species on the planet. Peace.